everybody, my name is AFHGaming, but before we get anywhere near the video, please make sure to go and check out the Everlasting Summer fan page community to keep updated with the game and all the awesome features coming soon. Lots and lots of amazing pictures and posts, and yeah, basically the site is where all Everlasting Summer fans unite. If you have any questions, make sure to ask this young fella right here. He's so cute and sexy, but I'm not gay, of course. I'm not gay. And let's not forget to mention the beautifulest girl in the camp is Slavia, of course. Am I right or wrong? I'm sure I'm right. If I zoom in very closely, you can see both of her boobies collapse as she skips through the moonlight. And let's not forget to mention the maddest girl in the game, Elisa, who could be even part of the Illuminati, and her big boobies! My name is AFHGaming and welcome back to some more Everlasting Summer Let's Play. Let's continue the story. And Sharik's just right there, so scared he doesn't know even what I'm doing, sucking his thumb. And who are you? What do you mean, who are you? Get up and let's go! I'm not going anywhere with you. Sharik turned away and stared into the darkness again. You want to trick me again. You'll make me go in circles through the tunnels, won't you? Yes, you will. I know for what you are. Sharik's voice turned into an infernal whisper. Cut this nonsense out already. Cut this nonsense out already. I wanted to approach him and pull him upright, but Slavia stopped me. He's not quite himself. Well, I'm not quite myself either. You wander here all night. You sure won't be quite yourself? She shook her head reproachfully and slowly went up to Sharik while carefully staying in the light. It's alright, it's me, Slavia. For real? Sharik looked at her and immediately started sobbing quietly. Of course, who else could it be? And that's Semyon with me. He came to find you. Everything's fine now. Are you really not them? Certainly not, we're us. He tried to get up, but he was apparently disorientated and would have fallen if not for Slavia, who caught him by the arm. Easy there, careful! When they came up to me, I said, Alright, time to get out of here. We can't go back. Back where? Into the mine? Yes! Sharik was speaking calmly, but at the time his voice was trembling slightly. Why is that? It's where they are. Who are they? The voices. What voices? I was starting to lose my patience. This place and this situation certainly weren't normal, but if there had been anything paranormal here then, by the laws of horror cinema, it should have long since showed its face by now. Calm down, Sharik. Just tell us everything in detail. He took a few deep breaths and started. I needed some spare parts for the robot, and I heard that there was a bomb shelter in the old camp, and there's usually lots of different equipment at the bomb shelters. It's old, of course, but with deassembling, you can always find coils, resistors. So I went early in the morning. I thought I could finish quickly and get back by breakfast. I got everything I needed. He took some light bulbs and wires out of his pocket and showed them to us. But then, up there at the bomb shelter, I heard some sounds from behind the door, something like moans or wailing. At first I got scared, but then I thought that a person could be in danger, so I went there. And here was this mine, this damn maze. I got completely lost in the voices. The voices always telling me something, sometimes shouting, sometimes whispering, and I can never make out the words. He was ready to burst into tears, but Slavia patted him gently on the head, and Sharik continued. Anyway, I found this room. At least here you can't hear them. So you decided to sit and wait for rescue, like in the B film? I asked sarcastically. Slavia shot an angry glance at me. Oh my god. Well, in any case, it's time to get out. If there are no objections. Come, I know a shortcut. A shortcut? Yeah, you know, I walked all over this place. Alright. Sharik did not lie. Indeed, after wandering for just about 2 minutes in the mine, we found ourselves under a grate through which we could see the sky. Then why didn't you get out yourself? Try to see. Try it, you'll see. I pulled myself and pulled on the gate a few times. It's true you can't break it just like that. Gotta use something heavy. I looked down at Slavia and Sharik. Try the flashlight, maybe. The flashlight. I fumbled with it. It was not one of those cheap Chinese fakes from the 90s, which I used to have a lot in our summer cottage. No, it was a real Soviet durable metal flashlight. Not a hammer, of course, but if I tried hard enough. I swung it and started smashing at the grate, aiming for the spots where it was attached to the wall. Soon I got lucky. I heard cracking sounds and a few bolts fell down. Oh, thank God we're out. A minute later, I was lying on the grass under the monument and breathing in the fresh night air with delight, although after the mine, any air would seem fresh. Well then, I'll be going, thank you. Sharik looked a bit lost. I eyed him questioningly for a bit, but ended up saying nothing and just waved my hand for a goodbye. Bye, Sharik. After all, I had neither the strength nor the will to talk with him. And what should I say to him? Scolding him now is no use, and the same probably goes for trying to learn anything. What a night! Slavia was sitting next to me and looking dreamily at the moon. Right, so if someone told me just a week ago that I would go to pioneer camp and would even have to crawl through bomb shelters... But it was fun! In a way, there was indeed something amusing about all of this. But there was also something strange. During the last few hours, absolutely anything could have happened to me, but in the end, nothing at all had happened. In a couple of years, I would probably remember that this as just a funny incident from childhood. If I lived that long. What do you think? Did he really hear something there? I don't know. It's possible, of course, but most likely it was just his imagination. In such a situation, anyone could start imagining things. That was not only the most logical explanation, but also the most probable one, because nothing had happened to me in Slavia. Well, I, for one, think he should go see a psychiatrist, or a psychotherapist, whatever. I guess he should, laughed Slavia. All right, time to go to bed. I felt like I needed to say something to Slavia. Well, just tell her! I was not sure that I wanted to, but I could feel the need. Thank you. For what? She gave me a surprised look. I wouldn't have managed without you. It was nothing. Slavia blushed. I was in her debt. Again, I wonder how I could repay her, at least partially, for all that she has done for me. I stared at this night sky, slowly falling asleep. All of today's adventures left me so tired that I had no more strength left. You know, under different circumstances, I would have surely confessed my love to you. I said, losing touch with reality. Thoughts usually work much faster than common sense, but Slavia wasn't there anymore. It's probably for the best, at least she didn't hear. Though it's strange, why did she leave without saying goodbye? Well, whatever, I'll sleep on it and see in the morning. I was so tired. Oh no. I was so tired that I barely made it to the camp leader's cabin. But there was light in the window. That means she's waiting for me. Uh-oh. And that in turn means that I'm in for a lecture again. And this time it will be just as pointless as ever. I had absolutely no desire to discuss whether I was right or wrong. The deck chair standing nearby was beckoning to me like a friend, as if suggesting I should sleep in it, forgetting about the mine, Sharik the camp leader. Uh-oh. Here you are! I said blankly, still looking at my trashed deck chair. Semyon! Yeah. We found Sharik. Slavia will give you the details tomorrow, and now I'd really like to sleep. She looked at me confusedly for a moment and then replied, Oh, well, fine. I don't know if I mentioned Slavia played its role, but half a minute later I was already in bed. The events of the day kept turning over for a short while in my head, but soon it started to ache, and it was as if my consciousness switched to safe mode and started to reboot. Woo, that was a long day. Long day! God! What day is it? Day 5! Oh, man, this is so fun. I'm loving this story. We ran with the last of our strength, like those who run for their precious lives, like a doomed person knowing that there is no hope to save his life, will still fight the inevitable and his own fate. I barely managed to close the heavy metal door behind me. Is he dreaming? I have no idea how deep this bomb shelter is or if it is able to withstand a nuclear blast, but we have no other place to hide. She gripped my hand tight. Don't be afraid. Bits of the ceiling were falling and the walls were shaking. I was prepared for the worst, but death is the kind of thing that you can't even be prepared for. But suddenly complete silence fell. It rang even louder than the explosions. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. She was whimpering. I wanted to comfort her somehow, but realized that there is nothing I could do. Yes. I don't know who it is talking. It's a male or female. A horrible bang almost split my eardrums. It seems that I'm under a piece of collapsed ceiling, but I don't feel any pain. All I wanted is not to let her go. Oh, it's a she. Okay. It's a she. I woke up in a cold sweat, short of breath and gasping for air. It took me some time to come to my senses. It was a dream. It was just a dream. My questioning mind, however, refused to believe it. But who was that girl with me there? I didn't want to let go of her hand so desperately. Sadly, I couldn't recall her at all. The clocks was showing few minutes past 10. I slowly came to my senses as reality started to stake out its claim on my mind, and my stomach foully growled. Alright, war is war, but lunch should be served in due time. It turned out that Olga Dmitrievna wasn't here. She must have decided not to wake me up. Well, thanks go out to our camp leader for this. After yesterday's adventures, I had to have a rest. Last night remained a blurry memory which I really didn't want to talk about. It's now more important to find something to eat and to wash myself. Exactly! Because a pioneer must always be clean and tidy. Yes, this is Olga's quotes. Though I would agree with this principle even if I wasn't a pioneer, and as a matter of fact, I'm not. Oh, it's electronic. On my way to the washstand, I met electronic. He started to wave his hands and ran up to me. Good morning. Thank you for finding Sharik. Without him, I don't even... It's nothing. I was a bit embarrassed. No, really, don't be so shy. The country must be proud of its heroes. And what about Sharik? How did he look this morning? Is he alright? After yesterday's craziness, I thought such a question was completely valid. Yes, absolutely. The only thing is that he can't remember anything. Can't he? I wasn't surprised at all. He says that he went to the bandit camp yesterday and then woke up in his bed in the morning. I mean, he remembers nothing between those two events. I see. Alright then. You missed breakfast, right? Come to our club, we'll feed you. I have something special. Electronic smiled in a conspirational way. Thanks, I'll come, probably. I had to wash myself first anyway. We'll be waiting. He waved at me and left to carry out his own business. There was nobody near the washstand. The water turned out surprisingly warm today. It's been warmed up already, I guess. Having my face washed, I realized that it wouldn't be easy to wash the rest of my body here. Maybe I should go to the showers. But since there's nobody here, I turned the tap in such way so water streamed parallel to the ground and started to take off my clothes. And what if somebody sees me? What? Well, I'll rinse and dry myself quickly and put on my clothes. The water, which seemed warm on my hands and face, felt bone-chillingly cold on my body. The whole washing process took no longer than 10 seconds, and I started to wipe myself quickly afterwards. But I didn't manage to finish anyway. There were voices coming from the direction of my footpath. Uh-oh, the only solution came to me in a split second. I grabbed my globe and dashed into the bushes. Oh, it's Elisa and Oleana. A moment later, Elisa and Oleana appeared near the washstand.
You could have done it by yourself. Why did you bring me here? Is it a big deal for you? Fine, let me.
I peered at them and noticed that they were both covered in red paint. What a surprise. I wonder how they managed that. Whoa! Whoa! Elisa opened the valve and started to rub Oleana's back. What? Take off your bra.
What if somebody sees us? What? Is there anything to see?
She grinned.
Okay, just be quick.
She has no nipples. It was true that there wasn't much to look at, but even so I stared at the girls narrowly. It was a pity that they were standing with their backs to me. And a minute later, Elisa managed to wash off all the points.
I'm done. Thanks!
You're welcome, Elisa replied lazily.
Listen, let me try on yours.
She pointed at them. What?
It won't fit you for sure. Well, I'd like to try it anyway. But out of here. There's nobody here, right?
Eliana looked my way and smiled archly. I was absolutely sure she couldn't see me in the bushes, but
Enough with that nonsense.
Eliana wasn't listening to her anymore and grabbed Elisa's bra with Dexter's move instead. Now I have to confess I had something to look at. This is so hilarious. I watched two girls chase one another around the washstand with bated breath. Elisa covered her wrist with her hand so I could barely see anything at all. I leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling out of the bushes. Uh-oh. Elisa and Elena stood frozen, staring at me. I tried to cover my nudity with my guilt face. The tableau lasted for a few seconds. Elisa took her shirt and somehow put it in an instant.
You!
Her face gone from red to purple. It looked like she would explode a nuclear blast any second. The only thing I wanted was to disintegrate into atoms and to get as far from the epicenter as possible.
He was sitting there the whole time?
So she noticed me then.
You!
And I accidentally, if you know what I mean. Uh-oh, Elisa rushed at me. What? Covering my butt with one hand and holding my clothes with the other, I ran into the woods. It seemed the best solution to me at that time, as showing my naked in the middle of the camp accompanied by two screaming girls wasn't a good idea. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I ran without looking back, and stopped a few minutes later to catch my breath. It seemed that there was no pursuit, so I managed to save myself, but at the cost of lacerated, scratched, and bleeding feet, as I have no time to put my boots. I sat on a tree stump inside. Some time later, having dressed already, I left the forest. I need to decide what to do next. My feet are hurting, so I should go straight to the infirmary. But on the other hand, my stomach isn't going to wait either. Maybe I should accept Electronic's invitation, or head to the canteen and hope for finding something left to eat there. Ooh, what should I do? Eat? Go to the clubhouse, kitchen, animal, or infirmary? Let's go to the infirmary since he's bleeding badly. Let's go to the infirmary. It was always, I was always took good care of my health, and even better care at the times when something starts to hurt badly. So without hesitation, I made my way to the infirmary. Good thinking. But right in front of the door, I stopped as if someone mysteriously force was holding me. I had absolutely no desire to face the camp nurse without any urgent need. But on the other hand, I almost did a great deed yesterday defending the infirmary. So in some sense, she owed me. I took heart and opened the door. Oh my god. Hi, Pioneer. Hello. I'm sorry that I was late yesterday. It wasn't a problem at all. Why have you come? Are you sick? She smiled slyly. Well, I got my feet a bit. You got a bit of what? My feet. I gave a stupid answer. Okay, show me. I sat on the couch and took off my boots. How did you manage that? I'd better keep silent about what happened near the washstands. Well, Okay, never mind. Wait a second. She rummaged in the drawer and took out a big red pill with a cross-shaped notch from a vial. And what is that for? I was disturbed by the size of the pill and but its strange shape. They are broken in halves, usually, and not in a quarter. This is to make the amputation of your legs unnecessary. What? Whoa! Nothing, don't be afraid, Pioneer. You'll take it and it'll be all right. What's up with the nurse? And this pill? Why does it look like that? That's for patients who refuse to take medicines purely. We screwed into them with a screwdriver then. I didn't dare to ask whether they were being screwed in actually. And now try to bear it a bit. She took a big pack of cotton wool, wrapped a bud with it, and applied plenty of iodine to it. I braced myself for the torments of hell. I moaned quietly, but my trust in this method of disinfection was much higher than in the odd pill, so I had to withstand the burning. Now it's done. I put my boots and tried to walk. My feet were still hurting, but the sharp pain was gone. Thank you. Don't mention it. Drop in any time, Pioneer. Oh, thank God I'm done with her. I said goodbye and then left the infirmary. My health problem was solved. It's the right time to eat now. Alright, the day has just started and I've gone through so many things already. But I did it, and now have legitimate grounds to fill myself up. Today I wasn't the last one, so I could choose a free table. Lunch included pea soup and mashed potatoes with fish. It wasn't a major disappointment to me, as I don't eat fish in any form and hence will get fewer calories than usual. Soon Slavia and Lena came to my table.
Can we?
She smiled nicely. Yeah, sure. I stood up and pulled out a chair for her. Please. I was in an excellent mood at that moment.
Enjoy your meal.
Saying that, Lena began staring at me and continued for some time, and then after realizing how odd she looked, switched to her plate. You too.
Do you have any plans for today, Semyon?
Nope. I gave her an honest answer, as indeed I had no plans, except for searching for answers, but that was more like a global goal.
Do you want to take a boat ride to the island with us?
The island? Well, I think I've seen it from the pier. For what?
Olga Dmitrievna asked us to gather some strawberries. There are lots of strawberries there, and they're so delicious.
I could imagine the taste without even eating it, just by looking at Slavia's face. Strawberries. And what are those for?
I don't know, but it's indeed a great idea.
Well, indeed it is. Moreover, I haven't been to the island yet. Yeah, sure. Within minutes, we were already standing at the pier.
Well, here's the boat. Hang on, I'll go fetch the paddles now.
I was left face to face with Lena. Do you like strawberries?
Well, not really, but they're tasty.
Lena smiled. I see. I didn't know what to say next, how to continue the conversation. If Slavia didn't come back, would probably sit here till the evening without saying a word.
Here you go.
She handed me a pair of hefty paddles. Yeah, thanks. Well, manly work. Just me paddling. We got into the boat and I untied it, pushed off the shore and tried to start paddling. And where exactly are we heading to?
Right there.
She pointed at her finger to the island.
That island is named the closest one.
I wonder what captain gave it such an original name. Well, the island is indeed close to the shore. Aye, aye, Captain. If only I'd known what was waiting for me ahead. I wasn't an expired oarsman. I'd rowed a boat just once or twice in my entire life. It was less than half a mile to the island, but we were making our way in zigzags thanks to my skills. By approximately the middle of the trip, my arms hurt so badly that I dropped the paddles to get some rest. Well, aren't there any strawberries anywhere else? I mean, in more accessible places.
But the tastiest ones grow there.
Slavia gave me a puzzled look.
Is it hard for you to row alone?
Lena, unlike Slavia, understood everything straight away. Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, I could let a fragile girl help. The rest of the way I spent concentrating on staying alive while getting to the island. Slavia and... Another spelling mistake! It's Lena, not Lenia! Slavia and Lena discussed something, but I wasn't listening. That was too much for me. At last we arrived. Finally! Completely exhausted, I got out of the shore and looked at the boathouse. It seemed so far that I felt like first person on the moon watching the earth rise.
Here you go.
Slavia handed me a basket. It was a small island, barely 100 meters long. And it looked more like a birch grove with even rows of trees covering its entire surface. A calm green sea spread beneath our feet, with wind causing lonely waves on its surface from time to time. This island looked like a lost paradise. It's no wonder that the most delicious strawberries grow just here.
We've got to split up. That way we'll do the job faster.
Yeah, sure.
But there are only 2 baskets,
said Lena humbly.
Oh, you're right. My bad. So how are we gonna split up then?
Oh, decisions. Well, it's kind of obvious that I want to go with Slavia. I didn't want to talk here alone and hope that Slavia would join me, but I could bring myself tasks. Well, it's obvious. 1 basket for me, 1 for you two.
No, let me go with you.
Slavia smiled. Okay. I was a bit surprised, but I was also glad that it turned out like this. Lena seemed to take no offense at all. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice soundtrack. The reaping has commenced. The strawberries were delicious here indeed. I could probably eat them all if I didn't stop myself in time. Despite being wild-grown, the berries were close to the garden, once in size and had a rich red color, so it was clear that our visit here wasn't in vain. Slavia was walking right beside me as if as we had only one basket. I felt like a mushroom picker looking under every shrub and searching through the grass carefully. Pay attention! An entire bush of strawberries had been left behind. Ah, yeah. I'm sorry. It's fine. You must enjoy being here, don't you? You look like nature after all. Of course I do. Slavia smiled. It reminds me of my home. We have similar beautiful birches there. She gazed dreamily somewhere into the distance. Look, I've always wanted to ask, what do you like in general? You look busy 24/7, and it seems like you have no time to rest at all. She started to think. I don't know, really. Doing a variety of activities is enjoyable for me. Well, that's understandable, but still. I like knitting and sewing. Things like that. Slavia took a handkerchief out of her pocket. There were red, yellow, and green flowers embroidered on it. They were entangled with each other in a complicated way, creating sophisticated geometric forms. Oh, alright guys, I think we're gonna stop here because we're out of time, and then we're gonna continue in Strawberry Island or whatever. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe to join the AFH Army, and I'll see you all in my next video.